right, first of all, Matt, I just want to let you know you're out of your
Dude,
mind.
I don't think you have the first clue about what you're talking
Okay.
about. Like, what are you gonna do? Pick 5 rifles in the last 5 years?
What, are you going to pick every SKS ever made?
You'd be better listen to yours as you mother.
Okay, first of all, off. I'm just letting you know that this is not happening.
No, yours just stupid, man. I mean, like seriously, like little school special.
Okay, that. Let's just talk about the top 5 7.62 by 39 chamber rifles. Let's get into it.
Y'all decide.
Off. Welcome back to Classic Firearms, guys. Jason here with Matt.
What's up, everybody?
And of course, we're here to talk to you about our top 5 rifles chambered in 7.62 by 39.
Yes, I'm so excited. This is my caliber. This is exactly what I want to be doing. And in fact, my list is going to crush your list. I think everybody out there is going to agree. Top 5 fights, in case you're new to the channel, guys. We're going to have a list. So his list is going to be different from my list. This is not collaborative. This is combative, okay? So you guys are going to vote down in the comments whose list is better. And when you pick me, you got to explain why his sucks, okay?
Yeah, and that's right. When you pick Matt as the loser, you got to let me know why he lost.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just saying.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right.
But what do you think? Just go ahead and start out. Number 5?
I mean, we could rock, paper, scissors it.
All right,
I mean,
all right.
Rock,
One.
paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, you go.
Yes, sir. Starting off first is going to be the CMMG Mark 47. It was called the Mutant, but we're just going to stick with Mark 47 right now, obviously. Now, this thing is awesome, right? It's cool. Chambered in 7.62 by 39, but in a AR style, kind of, but still retains the classic AK-47 magazines. I mean, rock and lock mags. I mean, it's cool. Hybrid system going up top, so it's kind of a mix between an AR-15, AR-10 bolt. I mean, rip and grip stock. I mean, this thing is pretty awesome to deploy. And of course, 7.62 by 39 goodness, man. Can you blame it? DI? I mean, come on, bro. CMMG?
CMMG is a fantastic option. I will say that. My number 5 is going old school for the first one, right?
Okay.
So you got to respect where you come from. The SKS 45, obviously Simonov's design is world renowned as a almost progenitor of 7.62 by 39 caliber firearms. And this is like production numbers are just ridiculous, man. Think about over 15 million made. Obviously most of them in China, but obviously several million still in Russia where the design originated from. It's got a short gas piston, so you have a longer piston here that comes back and just basically pokes this little op rod that pokes the carrier. So you have much less reciprocating mass than, say, AK-47. Fixed 10-round magazine fed by stripper cups through the top. It's got a really interesting tilting bolt. So the way it locks, it does not rotate like most bolts do today. It actually falls down into a little recess, and then as the carrier comes back, it picks it up and lets it reciprocate back. The long barrel means you get a little bit more ballistically out of the 7.62 by 39. And I will tell you that as a owner of multiple SKSs, it is just one of the most fun rifles to shoot.
Okay, well, I'll give that to you. Obviously, we're living up to the name on our shirts. So, I mean, you know, classic. Of course, bayonet, right?
Yeah.
Jeez. I mean, I don't have a bayonet, but I can definitely, you know, stab and keep it moving on to number 4.
All right, guys, so for my number 4, I've got the KFR PTR 32. I don't actually have one. So.
I don't know what to do with my hands. We're like Ricky Bobby.
But the thing that's really cool about the PTR 32 KFR is that it has that really cool smooth delayed, roller delayed blowback action.
Okay.
And still rock and lock magazines. It's a way that, you know, you kind of porting it over to a different platform, but still one that's, it's still really comfortable to shoot, even though you've got that big caliber in the technically a blowback action.
Right.
And I just really enjoy kind of the ergonomics and stuff of that HK style firearm, right? So it's a very cool way to experience shooting that really cool caliber.
No, I like that. And that's pretty cool, man. I mean, obviously, PTR.
Yeah, PTR,
solid,
right?
Solid company. Pretty time to reform this, but I'm bringing this up. The Six Spear LT.
Yeah.
Chambered in 7.62 by 39. So of course, you know, it started its life off as, you know, military contract for the LT program, 300 blackout, 5.56, and then here we are to 7.62 by 39. And an offering that most people would have never thought, but obviously due to near peer conflicts, I mean, this kind of, you know, plays a factor in, you know, recent days, so why not, right? So this thing, obviously 16-inch barrel, phenomenal, takes those Duramag magazines, it's great. And that's another thing, touching on, pretty much my guns so far have been, AR style.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Platforms.
You seem to have a bias a certain
No,
way.
no, not a bias. I respect the SKS. You're absolutely true. But the future's now, old man. And I just have to say that. So why not? Spear, chambered in 7.62 by 39.
All right, looking forward to seeing another AR-15 in 7.62.
Well, hold your beard there, Father Time. I got something for you. All right, so since you went last time, obviously moving into number 3, I gotta elevate it a little bit, and you're absolutely
Another AR platform?
no, actually.
No?
The AK improved.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
talking about the
okay.
Galil. This
Yeah.
one, unfortunately, is chambered in 5.45, but that's not an unfortunate thing because 5.45 is phenomenal, but that's for another discussion. But this one, obviously, the one that is chambered in 7.62 by 39, I'm just using this for visual reasons, but this one is absolutely awesome. Of course, long stroke, solid, AK controls, / sort of kind of.
I mean, there's a little bit of alteration.
There's a little
there,
alt.
right?
Yeah, it's it. I mean, you got the rock down. I mean, it's there. Of course, traditional mag release, and the system that is just known to be the real Hebrew hammer. I mean, come on, brother. Come on now.
So Galil Ace is a phenomenal firearm. And I like the way you described that was the AK improved. I mean, there are notable multiple kind of improvements. The only thing I disagree with about it being an improvement is moving the charging handle to the left side because the AK is...
Well, they try to do it to be extra operator.
I
high-speed.
get it because, some of y'all right-handed people, they want the charging. But, I mean, it was already perfect the way it was.
Oh, okay.
For
Well, there you go.
left-handed people.
That is true.
So my number 3 is going to seem a little familiar to you because I chose the CMMG Mark 47.
Oh, well, that's funny.
So for a lot of the same reasons that you picked, right? So I really did want to think of one kind of AR style platform that I could pick. And there were a couple options, right? So like, you had the Sig Sphere LT, which is sort of AR-15 based. And the thing I really love about the Mark 47 is the fact that it's got that intermediate kind of receiver size, right? So it's not as small as an AR-15 because, of course, if you chamber an AR-15 in 7.62 by 39, you can do that, but the walls on the bolt face get very thin and could crack. There's like much higher risk of that. And so what they did was they went to that intermediate size receiver. It's not as big and heavy as an AR-10, but it's big enough to use kind of an AR-10 size bolt.
Right.
And that way you have nice, thick, meaty walls on the bolt face.
Pause.
Thank you. Otherwise than that, you've got a bunch of the cool like accessibility and customizability of an AR-15 platform, but in God's caliber, 7.62 by 39, as well as still using the correct way to load magazines, with that rock and lock action. So I do like the CMMG Mutant as my pick for an AR style 7.62 by 39 rifle, which is why it's my number 3.
I hear you, man. 7.62 by 39. Too bad 7.62 by 35 is quieter. That's otherwise known as 3 in a blackout. Moving on to number 2.
Cheap copycat. All right, so number 2.
Let's bring it on, bro.
And they're getting really close to the top, so these are some really important picks.
Right.
And this one might surprise a lot of you guys out there because I picked the AK-47 platform. In this case, epitomized by the ZPAP 92. And I really love the way that this particular one is set up. I mean, yeah, this is awesome looking. And one of the reasons I picked this one specifically is because I did want to show that, AKs aren't just your granddad's gun or the gun your granddad hated anyway, probably. Anyway, so, there's certainly a certain amount of customizability and updates that have happened to the platform. And it is still just the OG and the best there is almost. Almost. So obviously you've got that long stroke gas piston, rotating bolt, 30 round detachable magazine. It is one of the most dependable, reliable platforms out there in the world, and it is basically the most produced rifle in history.
That is a phenomenal pick. I can't lie. And for not to be on the list, it's kind of blasphemous. I'm kind of moving on to blasphemy because my pick is the CZ Bren 2. I mean, I'm just saying, chambered in 7.62 by 38, which is in near peer conflicts right now. Absolutely right now.
This has been in more conflicts than anything
That
on
is-
your list.
no,
All of them together,
You're
actually.
absolutely correct, and I cannot disagree with that. It is very popular in many peer and near peer conflicts. But again, here's the Bren chambered in 5.56. Listen, I understand. This is for visual purposes, okay? It is modular in design, piston driven, okay? I mean, the gas system on this is phenomenal. The stock system on this is phenomenal. You can literally outfit it with whatever you want to. I mean, this thing is really awesome and a smooth shooter. The Czechs know what to do, man. They do.
So I feel like this kind of goes back to maybe some of the philosophy we had when we came up with our list, because you're looking at I think, a different set of criteria than I am. Because one of the things, like a big thing I was basing mine on is how much this thing was used, right? That was a big thing for a lot of my picks, which SKS, AK-47. And, certainly this is being used in conflicts right now. It just doesn't have the history.
I know.
And so to have it up all the way at number 2.
I know, man. But it's
Ukraine standard service rifle.
It is the standard U.S.
In
I mean,
5.56.
in 5.56. But again, still, the Bren has been proven to handle some work.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying this is an untested rifle, but just at number 2 though.
Number 2, brother. It's being used right now.
It looks like another AR too. Look.
All right. Honorable mentions.
Moving on to honorable mentions.
All right, brother. Honorable mention time.
Honorable mentions. There's so many really cool 7.62x39.
I already know people are going to look at me like I'm crazy, but it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. The reason why is because it's like an industry standard for 7.62x39. It is the standard. It is the gun that really did it all.
You're not serious.
I am doing it.
What?
The
That's an
AK.
honorable mention?
And it's an honorable
Get
mention.
outta here. What
Listen,
are you talking
because
about?
it's too much of a tee up. That's the reason why. And folks, work with me here. Obviously, the first thing that came to mind when you thought 7.62x39 was the AK.
I can't even look at you.
That's fine.
I can't even look
That's
at you.
fine, AK Jesus. But what I'm telling you here is this Volk, all right, by Meridian Defense is absolutely
Oh my
phenomenal. I mean, it really is. I mean, suppressed. I mean, this thing's got every bell and whistle, even the optics mount. I mean, the stock, it's so great. And again,
And you left it off the list.
I didn't leave it off the list because
Honorable
hold on. In my definition of an honorable mention, that is so much of a tee up that it's already on the list, kind of at a master type level. That everything else.
It's so good. It should be number 1 plus. That
number
I'm just gonna
one
make it an
plus.
honorable mention.
No, listen, and that's what I'm saying because it's too much of a tee up. It's too much of a tee up. So you've got to give some plethora to it. Let's spread the the seed.
It's
a little
called
bit.
the top 5 greatest 7.62 rifles.
You're right.
How? What?
And this obviously is a pencil shoe in. But I wanted to give America, the folks,
Guys,
a little bit more.
Guys, down in the comments, tell them automatic DQ. Just
you
disqualified.
can't-
Disqualified.
But do you feel what I'm saying? Obviously, they thought it was going to be an AK. They obviously thought about that. They knew it in their gut. AK.
Jason's edgy.
All right, so for my honorable mentions, I feel like there's just so many cool 7.62x39 rifles. I want to throw a few names at you. So Maxim Defense PDX, the Type 63 Chinese assault rifle, which is a really cool combination of an AK and an SKS. The VZ58 from Czechoslovakia. Looks like an AK, completely not an AK. And again, just to get a little weird with it, the VZ5257, because it is also something that looks kind of like an SKS, but it operates completely differently. So there's so many cool ones out there. Obviously, a lot of these have much more limited kind of impact on firearm development and conflicts in the world. But again, I just think they're so interesting from a development standpoint of what was done with the caliber.
Absolutely.
That I have to throw those names out there.
See, look at all those. Sort of kind of AK, sort of kind of not, except for the Chinese ones, obviously, with SKS. It's kind of a mix or blend too. You get what I'm saying?
So cool, man.
You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm
Select,
saying. It covers
a
its
select
bases.
fire rotating bolt SKS basically.
That is
That's
cool.
So cool.
That is cool. And I almost did forget to mention the Robinson Arms XCR, because that is actually a very cool thing. A SCAR, chambered in 7.62x39.
That's pretty cool.
I kind of like it. I'm just saying. All
All
right.
right,
Enough with the buddy thing. I'm just
Moving
saying.
on to our number 1 picks. Numero uno, top of the line.
You first.
Number 1 on my list, and I think I can explain this, is the Glil Ace Gen 2. And the reason for that is because it is an AK, just improved. So if my number 2 is an AK and my number 1's just the better AK.
So that means I won because you totally took that one and used that in this one. This means I win.
No,
This is
it
great.
means that you are wrong because you undervalued it and you didn't even
I
put
didn't
the AK
undervalue
on
it.
your actual top 5.
Provided that it made this list, it's very valuable in my eyes. Just saying.
So again, like he was saying, long stroke gas piston system. It's got a lot of really cool upgrades, including the rail that is on the dust cover, as well as being continuous throughout the
Yes.
whole forearm. The handguard has all the ability to accept whatever attachment you would love. Again, as far as me personally as a shooter, the charging handle moving to the left side isn't a great thing. I do think that the safety is is an improvement. A lot of people
Way more
can
intuitive.
have a little bit of trouble
Yeah.
with a safety lever in an AK, but it maintains the ergonomics that I love. And you've got cool additions like the folding thing stock. You've got a little bit more ability for the user to interface with the firearm in a way that is common in the U.S.,
Yes.
right? So as far as the U.S. shooter goes, this is just, and of course, like you said, the Israelis, like they designed it, they know what they're doing. So this is
It's seen some
phenomenal.
action.
Yeah. and it inherits the fact that it is an AK. Like I remember, Galil, but like it is an AK. It's still an AK.
I appreciate that, Matt. Thank you for laying that out so folks know this is, for all intents and purposes, an AK. I'm just saying. I'm awesome. Appreciate you. Moving on to my number one. Something that we actually don't have here, and you mentioned it in your honorable mention.
Oh.
And that's the Maxim Defense
Okay.
MDX 510, or the PDX SD. Now that one started off as a contract, which is pretty great through SOCOM, going through Surge Project, and we needed something for maybe near peer conflicts that no one knows about that happened. So that was their introduction into that market. So the 510 obviously is very awesome. Ambidextrous controls, self-regulating gas system, and it's DI. So that's great. No matter what load you put in there, it's going to run no matter what. So that's awesome. And of course, accompanied along with Maxim Defense's proprietary can that's tied into it, or if you do the MDX, which is more of the common person's one that's about 10.5 inches. You can go all the way down to 7.5 inches, obviously, in the MDX and the PDX. But once you get below 10, they really say you're not supposed to suppress it because you could void the warranty. It's like they got that from FN or something. But yeah.
We featured them on CF contest before.
Oh yeah,
We have, yep.
that is true. Yeah.
And I've gotten to talk to them multiple times
Logan.
now. Yep. And again, I think the guys at Maxim, super creative, innovative guys, even down to some of the small details of their products, like the ability to add roller delayed to any direct blowback
Yes.
AR-15. But again, I think the PDX is a phenomenal little package.
It's really cool, and it did get picked up by SOCOM. So
Now,
that's
do I think it's the number one top 5 762? No.
And that's okay, and that's fine. I got my own personal picks, and I'm probably, folks in the comments are going to be typing away. I get it. It's all good.
But the thing is about it, like you guys out there, you guys really are who determines the winner. So get down there in the comments, tell him how he's wrong. My list was better, and then we can all go home happy.
I already know that they're going to say anything against Matt, and there has to be 762 by 39. I'm probably going to take that L, and that's okay. So I'll bow gracefully on that one. But one thing was determined. You let everybody know that this was an AK, and I just want to let everybody know that. So we can keep that for future reference, just in case. The deal is sealed. Good.
It is. It
sealed.
is an AK.
Yeah, I'm
Anyway,
just saying.
number one, guys. Again, if you like the top 5s, get down in the comments. Let us know what other top 5 competitions, top 5 fights you would like to see us go at each other with. I don't know. There's lots of
I feel like we should get specific with it.
more specific. So
More
so not just
specific.
like hunting rifles,
Yeah.
but like the top 5 like 308 hunting rifles,
Right.
or the top 5 5.56
Short barrel
PDW
308s.
Oh.
short barrel
Barrel
308s.
308s.
I like it.
The NMRAD, you never know. Maybe coming up next. We all know. I don't know.
But we definitely appreciate you getting down there, letting us know what you would like to see next on the channel. We enjoy making the content for you. But until next time, we appreciate your business.
God bless.
And thank you for coming to Classic Firearms.
Let everybody know this is an AK finally.
It's an AK.
It's an AK.